Hi there, I'm Jeff with Sound and Light Technicians, otherwise known as Jeff the Sound Guy. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you today real quick about microphones and lead vocalists. And the one thing that I would really like to try to get through is that lead vocalists need to buy their own microphones. One of the biggest things I've seen in 20 years of running sound is that bars have the standard SM58 Shure microphone, and it is used by every single band up there. I have seen guys yelling and screaming into it, and then the thing literally has saliva dripping out of the screen. These microphones are abused. The SM58 is a great microphone for abuse. It just will handle it flawlessly, just keep working non-stop. But that being said, it is not the best microphone for sound. So what I would like to really try to implore any of the lead vocalists looking at this right now, I'd like to try to convince you to go down to your music store, pick up a microphone, check out the Neumann's, excellent microphone. Check out the Sennheisers. Sennheisers are my personal favorite. Kind of a compromise between budget and the high quality of the Neumann. In live situations, the Sennheisers have worked really, really well for me. There's Audix, there's Audio-Technica, there's MXL. There is an entire lines of microphones. Shure makes the Beta microphones, the Beta 58s. You can recognize them because on the top of the windscreen there's a blue line around them. The Beta 57s are the ones that are flat, and I wouldn't really recommend those for vocals. They're better off for instruments and things like that, but they're still a decent microphone. Some people like them because they look kind of cool. But anyway, I wanted to talk to you about the microphones. The biggest thing that kind of irks me about lead vocalists when they're out there and they're singing and they're doing all their band stuff and everything else is they don't have anything invested. They show up and they use the microphone that's provided by the bar. I mean, they can sit there and find some crappy old microphone and they're like, okay, this is what I'm going to sing into. And their voice is their instrument, and they have no way of delivering that voice. So what I recommend to lead vocalists is to have a little bit of respect for the rest of the people in the band. Your guitar players will spend between $1,200, $3,000 per guitar. I've seen guitar players out there with 6 guitars and Marshall stacks, and they show up and you don't even realize that they've got 10 grand sitting up there on stage. Keyboard players, same thing, $3,000 for a really good keyboard. Their amp, all their music gear, everything else that they've got invested in that. MIDI boxes and controllers and everything else. Bass players, same thing. Drum sets. I mean, drum sets start at $1,000, and then they can run all the way up to 5 grand, you know, depending on what type of drummer you have. And how many of these people in the band, how many of these individual people have all this money invested? So this is what I'm trying to say. If you are a lead vocalist, as far as I am concerned, I've been running sound for 20 years, I've been working with live bands for that long, I believe it is your responsibility to go out, find a microphone that has good feedback projection, works excellent, sounds excellent with your voice. All microphones have different, characteristics to them. If you're a female vocalist, some microphones are going to work better than others. Do you want to have a wireless microphone? Do you want to be able to walk around and not have to worry about the cord? Well, take that into consideration. You can get excellent wireless microphones for $600. You can get, the Neumanns, which I mentioned, and one thing to be careful of too is a Neumann microphone is a condenser microphone. You need phantom power coming from the board. This board here, the Soundcraft, has phantom power. Most boards do have phantom power that you're going to run into, but there is the off chance that you may run into a board that does not have phantom power available, and if that's the case, your microphone will not work. But for the most part, you're probably going to be okay. So depending, and the next one is the dynamic microphone, and that's the Sennheisers and the Audix and those other ones, and they're a dynamic microphone, and those are microphones that don't need the phantom power, and they should work with any board out there And you know, and while I'm on that kick, I might actually suggest getting your own cable. Most of the microphone cables, if you don't go with the wireless, most of the microphone cables are just soaked in beer, they're kicked, they're twisted, they're broken, and from what I have found after 20 years, did I say 20 years? Yeah, 20 years. 20 years? 20 years. 20 years of running sound, 90% of my problems on stage is due to a bad microphone cable. These things, I throw one away every single show. They get twisted, the wires are tiny, they break. So if you do invest in a microphone, go ahead and spend the extra $40 to get a good Mogami or Monster cable. Mogami actually makes excellent stuff. You've got Livewire, you've got Rapco, Hosa. Wait, is it Hosa? Hosa I think makes decent stuff. And then there's another brand that's yeah. But I don't use them ever, so I'm trying to remember the name of the one that's not very good. But anyway, if you do get a good microphone, get a good microphone cable to go with it. Those two things alone will save you a lot of headache, will make your voice sound better, will also make you kind of step it up with the rest of the band who has got thousands of dollars invested. So anyway, again, this is Jeff, the sound guy with Sound and Light Technicians, and I'm just hoping that this will reach some people out there. And please rate my videos, feel free to comment, tell me what you think. I'd like to hear it. Take care. Thanks.